Baltimore prosecutor Marilyn Mosby says she is seeking a protective order that would block the release of the Freddie Gray autopsy to the public. This is according to the Baltimore Sun. As you'll remember, Gray died in police custody in April after suffering a spinal injury. 6 officers have been indicted in connection to his death. Let's talk about this with CNN political commentators Ben Ferguson and Marc Lamont. Marc, let me begin with you. So this is just to set the scene here, this is a prosecutor who called for transparency in this case. She spoke publicly on the steps of City Hall there, saying, I want to get all the information out. Do you think it is appropriate for her to withhold this autopsy from the public?
I don't think it's inappropriate. I mean, would I like to see the autopsy? Absolutely. Would I like for the public to ultimately see it? Yes. But I don't think there's a contradiction between announcing charges publicly, particularly in the midst of a civic unrest, and saying, hey, wait a minute, we don't want to trot out the whole case in the media and turn this into a greater media spectacle than it already is, particularly when the defense teams are saying, hey, we need to move this venue because the public knows too much information. They're trying to have it both ways. They're saying the public knows too much information, and if we keep giving them all this information, they can't get a fair trial, and then saying, hey, give the public more information.
Well, so part of this, Ben, is about tainting a jury pool, right? And
Sure.
if you look back at Supreme Court rulings, there's this case from 1991, Gentile versus the state of Nevada, which basically said defense attorneys have a right to sort of make their case heard to the public, right? Yes, some judges can put gag orders in place. It doesn't, mean you can't have gag orders like this basically is, but it does also uphold the right of defense attorneys as well. Should that be a part of this consideration here? Because the defense
Yes.
attorneys for the officers are enraged by this.
Well, not only that, I mean, this is breaking precedent because usually at least the police department would receive this autopsy report. She doesn't even want them to have this. And this isn't even a race issue because you have several African Americans that have been indicted. She had cameras around her and begged for cameras to come to her at the beginning of this. This started out in public. And for her to now act as if she wants this to be some private issue, to me, it screamed that there's something in there she doesn't want people to see, and she wants to hide it. It's unfair to the officers.
You think it's
unfair
fair
to the police department.
to jump to that conclusion that she wants to hide something? I mean, the defense attorneys
I think
have
the fact that, well, there wasn't a camera that she hasn't met that she didn't love early on. So now all of a sudden she's claiming that that's a bad strategy when she loved it before. This is a prosecutor that came out and wanted to be in the middle of the limelight about this. She did. She absolutely did. And now when it got down to the real issue, she's saying, I want to hold all this back. I think the public deserves to know on this issue, and they want to know.
Gentlemen, I have to leave it there.
Well, let's be clear.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry. I have to leave it there. First word to you next time, Marc.